Hi, welcome. We got like a new setup going because this is like a newer thing for my channel. But I'm going to talk about whatever the heck I want today, right now. And what I want to talk about is the 6 pages of notes and 1 page of rankings for Billie Eilish's new album, Happier Than Ever. Because I don't know. I don't have a lot of free time, and I chose to do color-coded notes. So, look how pretty the title is. I love. Okay. Also, I bought LED lights, and I'm really happy with them. Let me turn off my ring light. Like, the vibes are very good right now. I got my microphone right here. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna work, so it might just be here to make me feel like I'm a podcaster. Let me hide my cup. Oh, almost lit my sleeve on fire. I think that would get some views, maybe? Like 20? Famous. So it's no secret that I really like Billie Eilish, and she's probably one of my favorite artists. Can I articulate why? I'm not actually sure. I don't know if I have the words. I've listened to her music since before her debut album, and I've always just really liked her stuff. I think her voice is very pretty. So I was very excited for her sophomore album, and when it came out, I was kind of like, well, okay, maybe let's not pretend I was super excited. I forgot what day it came out, right? And I was sitting on YouTube at like 1 a.m. and I happened to go to my subscriptions page and I was like, why is it filled with lyric videos? And then I realized the album had came out. I was super excited and I only got through about half of the album before falling asleep. And then I finished the rest of it that morning and I really enjoyed it. And I was thinking about what video I wanted to make this week. And I decided I wanted to do something that I wanted to do for this video, and I wanted to listen to the album again. So I did that, and I kept listening to the album, and yeah, so I'm gonna talk about it now. So, productivity. Got my 6 pages of notes, plus a page just for rankings, and I kind of separated them by like a general opening, talking about the song, my opinion, and then my favorite lyrics for each and every song, so this should be fun. My background in music is like not much. I was a band kid. I write music, not good music. I would like to clarify, maybe one day, but not today. I sing, but not well. I play multiple instruments, not well. What else do? I produce, but not good. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm very qualified to give my review on this album, is what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna start with Getting Older. So I think this is a very fantastic opening song with soft personal lyrics that would make this heartbreaking if it wasn't paired with this plucky like synth beat. I think that balances it out a little bit. The first time I listened to it, I was just like, great, this is gonna make me have like an existential crisis because we're the same age and she's talking about getting old and I'm starting to freak out about that even though I'm 19. Why am I freaking out about that? I don't know, but it's just a weird concept, you know? I didn't think I'd make it this long, so very interesting. But when you look at the lyrics, she's more so talking about just going through life and like dealing with the issues that come up with that and getting older, you know, getting older, you know, not getting old, just experiencing life. I would say while most of the content is unrelatable, the idea of examining past trauma is a very often occurrence, at least for me. I'd be sitting there in the shower just going, let's think about every bad thing that's ever happened to me and how that impacted me. Sometimes we really do be our own therapists. Like, I'm a therapist now because I'm wearing glasses, which means I'm smart. So what's the problem today? I'm thinking about every single trauma I ever had and how it affected me. Oh, sounds bad. It is fun. May I refer you to Getting Older by Billie Eilish? I think you'll find it very relatable. And scene. I was in theater. And my favorite lyrics from this song is, which is ironic because the strangers seem to want me more than anyone before. Too bad they're usually deranged. Dang. It really sucks when your stalkers can't be your friend because they're crazy. And I also really like the lyric, things I once enjoyed just keep me employed now, because I'm trying to find a career that I like, but I don't like too much because I don't want to ruin things I truly enjoy, and the idea of doing it for a job I feel like would ruin a lot of things, you know? Basically what I'm trying to say is working sucks. I'm sorry. I know like everyone knows that, but like I'm tired of working and I've only had a job for a year and I'm tired. I want to go to sleep and just not do anything. Wow, that sounds like death. Very interesting. Okay, the next song is I Didn't Change My Number, and I described it as a pickup from the first song that talks about cutting someone toxic out of your life. The backing track has nice details such as the pit bull noises at the beginning and the cell phone noises at the end. Now, I'm not sure if it's like an actual cell phone. It sounds like a synth, but it's like, it makes like a vibrating sound, kind of like a cell phone going off. So I think that's very interesting. I think it's like, ooh, look, I'm not going to answer your call, I'm not going to answer your text, not replying to you. And just imagine if someone like told that to you, like you were like, hey, did you like change your number or something? Because I haven't gotten any responses from you. And they're just like, no, I just don't want to talk to you because you suck. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's like the biggest punch in the face. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I've said that this song makes me feel powerful enough to block my enemies I don't actually have out of my life. And I said, overall, this song is a nice, easy listen. And I said that my favorite lyrics are, I didn't change my number. I only changed who I replied to. Because dang. Dang. Dang, dang, diggity, dang, dang. Oh gosh, the theater kid is escaping. The next track is Billie Bossa Nova. This is a sensual track that has its lyrics speak of a secret relationship paired with a bossa nova inspired backing track. And I said that the beautiful guitar and jazzy sound of this track is so beautiful. The beautiful guitar and jazzy sound of this track is so, it's like a report. It's like when you're trying not to read off of your notes directly, but you can't help yourself. I'm like trying to hide it and look into the camera, but I literally can't because I can't speak. It's an issue. It's really bad. But anyways, the beautiful guitar and jazzy sound of this track is so beautiful. This is the type of song that makes you romanticize your life while also making you want to dance. Yeah. This detailed storytelling reminds me a lot of Billie's older work. I was referring to things like Bellyache and like all these romance songs she also has, like Watch and Burn, where she's not really talking about a situation she's necessarily been in, but more of a story, like more of a storytelling type of thing. And a lot of the songs on this album are very about experiences she's actually had, but Billie Bossa Nova is like she's had this experience, but she's definitely romanticizing it. Like she hasn't had it with a relationship. And I know that because I read like all the Genius pages for every one of these songs, so I would know what I'm talking about. If only I put this much work into school, we'd be doing a little bit better, you know? And my favorite lyrics from this song are, I'm not sentimental, but there's something about the way you look tonight. I love it. I love it. It's literally like, imagine if someone just said, I'm not usually like this, but you're making me think about Frank Sinatra lyrics.
I apologize for not ending that sentence after Frank Sinatra. Let's just do that again.
I'm not usually like this, but you're making me think about Frank Sinatra.
Much better.
Heart melted. Maybe what melts my heart is a bit different than other girls, but dang. There's something about the way you look tonight. Yeah! Okay, sorry, I'm so annoying. Cut to me wearing my oversized Snuggie and like sunglasses for some reason. Ooh, there's something about the way you look tonight. Dang. Okay, I'm sorry if anything shifted. My camera battery died. I had a meal. My laundry's folded now. So much has happened since I just had to charge my camera battery. The next song is My Future. My Future is an optimistic song about self-love and reflecting and feeling excitement for your new endeavors. Y'all hear that vocab? Endeavors. Because I didn't want to say future because it's in the song title. A+, right? This song is a very uplifting tune compared to a lot of Billie's older work. The lyrics fill you with optimism and hope. A lot of her older work is a bit darker in theme, and she's a bit like the poster girl for sadness. And I think this was a really good transition song for a single in between her last album and this one. I almost wish that they left it off the album and just let it be a single just in between. But I'm completely fine with it being on the album. It does fit the vibe of the album, so that's okay. And my favorite lyrics are, no, I'm supposed to be happy without someone, but aren't I someone? That's so cute. It's just a little like, haha, I don't have a boyfriend, but I'm pretty great. Like, I can hang out with myself. I'll be happy. I'll be fine. And I love that. The next song we have is Oxytocin, and I describe this as a sexual song that goes hard. The bass, beat, and whispering background vocals make the song fun to listen to. This is one of my favorite songs on the album because it's really fun. Oxytocin is the type of song you would want to yell in your car while driving at 3 a.m. in the rain. Also, somebody told me that cats give off oxytocin, but I'm pretty sure Jedi, the only thing he puts out into the air, the atmosphere, is methane, because this cat farts so bad. He smells really bad.
So I googled it, and petting a cat does cause you to release oxytocin, but the cat doesn't release oxytocin, and it doesn't like magically get transported into your body. So this joke doesn't really work unless I'm the one releasing the methane. But besides that, I'm gonna just keep this joke in, because I will take any opportunity to get back at this cat, because he pooped in my bed.
I absolutely love Oxytocin. It's a very different song for Billie, considering like her last album was kind of PG, although she's always like cursed and been a bit more vulgar. Sorry, my cat was scratching my leg as I was trying to say that word. He is a demon. It was definitely very different for her, and I think it's fun. Very fun. I don't want to get too into these lyrics because there's a lot to unpack here, but they're pretty straightforward. It's just BDSM. And my favorite lyrics from Oxytocin are, "You know I need you for the oxytocin," because imagine telling someone that you need them for the oxytocin. They would probably be like, I don't sell drugs. And that would become an entire conversation within itself. The next song is Goldwing. Goldwing starts with a beautiful choral intro created by layered vocals, and it builds with drums and a sample from the intro. The lyrics in the song warn non-traumatized women to protect themselves from being exploited. I love the comparison of an innocent woman to a gold-winged angel. I think it's very intriguing and creative. The choral intro is absolutely beautiful, and I love that it's sampled later in the song. I'm very happy that they don't just abandon it, but I'm also really glad that they switched up a lot from it, because I was kind of like, oh, this is so nice. Please say there's something else. Even though I love it, I'm not going to listen to choral music for the entire song. I'm going to get bored very fast. So I'm very glad that they sampled it so they didn't abandon that, but they also switched gears. My favorite lyrics from the song are, "You're sacred and they're starved, and their art is getting dark, and there you are to tear apart," because that is creepy. It shows people who are exploitive and abusive for being the users that they are, and how like just dark, evil, and corrupt they are, that as soon as they see like a bit of light in the world, they're like, yeah, let's use that until it's gone. Overall, the song is actually one of my favorites, and I think it's really overlooked. I haven't seen that many people talking about it, but it's definitely one of my favorites in the entire album. But it's so different, and I really enjoy it. It would be on my favorites list. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's not my top 3. The only reason why is it's kind of short, and if it was a bit longer, I think it would have made that top 3. The next song is Lost Cause. Lost Cause is a relaxed song about an ex who has no future potential to be successful or a good partner. And I kind of wish there was a bit more production in this song. This is probably the only one where I'm like, where's the rest of it? Because it doesn't build as much on the chorus as I want it to. And although I like that it's still a chill song, I think if they had built more on the chorus, the lyrics would be a little more impactful. Even though they're really, really good, I think if they added to it, it would have been amazing. And I'd be screaming it in my car. But overall, it's a chill song about moving on from a complete loser. And my favorite lyrics are, "I used to wish you were mine, but that was before I realized someone like you would always be so easy to find." That's mean. That is very mean, and I love it. Like, yes, ma'am, be mean. This man's a lost cause. Be mean to him. He sucks. He's a loser, and you wanted that? Ew. There's a million of those, okay? Haley's Comet is a sweet song about falling in love with someone without trying. The structure of the song is very unique, and it's interesting to note that there is no chorus. If I remember right, it was pretty much just made of verses.
So it's actually 4 verses and an outro, and the outro is actually my favorite part of the song.
It's so cute. It's such a cute song. And I feel like the song really captures that feeling of just falling in love and feeling so helpless to do anything about it. You're just like, well, guess I'm in love now, and it's all I can think about. And I was not looking for that, but here we are. This doesn't happen a lot. My favorite lyrics from this song are, I think I may have fallen in love, what am I to do? What do you do? Like, what do you do when you fall in love? Like, the lyrics in this are just, it's so sweet. It's so sweet. It very much describes that feeling of just having feelings. Not My Responsibility. Not My Responsibility is a beautiful spoken word piece about people's opinions on Billie's body and clothing choices. While the video itself was premiered in March 2020, it still remains very relevant to Billie and her image today, considering a lot of incidents that have happened since then. It seems like nobody listened to her when she released that video, which is very sad. But I feel like the words in this, I guess, spoken word poem, maybe that's what I should call it, but they don't only apply to her experience, but women overall. Her words describe accurately how women are shamed for every decision they make with how they express themselves. And my favorite words were, if I wear what is comfortable, I am not a woman. If I shed the layers, I am a slut. Because that is very, very accurate to my experience as a woman. I feel like when I'm covered up, I'm too covered up. Like, I'm comfortable. I'm not cute. But when I wear something that's considered cute, it's typically also revealing and somebody has something to say about it. Or like some man is trying to look at my butt. I remember being younger and I would go out wearing a dress and I thought I looked cute and 40-year-old men thought I looked sexy. Ew. It's a mess. I feel like you really can't win. And I think that this poem, I don't really know what to call it, but I'm going to call it poem, perfectly just describes a lot of that. And I think it's really nice that she recounts her own experiences, and I know they're a million times worse because she is in the public eye and everyone is trying to scrutinize her, not just 40-year-old men in pickup trucks. The next one is Overheated, which I feel like is paired perfectly with Not My Responsibility. Well, duh. Because they also use the production from Not My Responsibility, and it's pretty much about the exact same topic, but it's a song. And what I wrote was, using Not My Responsibility's production, Eilish continues to criticize how her body is perceived in media. It feels she is particularly singing about the tank top incident. We all know how somebody said she had a 40-year-old wine mom body because she was wearing a tank top. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I also wrote that she has been put in an unfair pedestal, and this kind of just talks about that. And it also talks about how people will change their bodies for others. Everyone's been getting plastic surgery just so they can take pictures and show people how good they look. But is it really making them happy? I think that's an important question that you should ask before you try to change something about yourself. And with the internet, everyone's always trying to criticize everything about you. And if you listen to everything that they say, at one point, you're not going to have anything left because they're going to just keep criticizing. No matter how much you change yourself to be quote-unquote perfect, you're not ever going to reach that level. And that's okay. And I think it's important to kind of touch on that a bit, which the song does. My favorite lyrics from the song are, everybody said it was a letdown. I was only built like everybody else now. It's like, you should look like this celebrity, blah blah blah, you're Billie Eilish and you're famous and stuff, but she looks like every other person. The next song is Everybody Dies, and I described it as a sad song composed of verses about dying. The song is accompanied by a soft track behind Eilish's whispering vocals. Although this song is sad, it's also comforting. You can't die alone because everyone experiences it, and living forever would be lonely. This easily makes it one of my favorites. Everybody Dies was a very intriguing title to me, and I really enjoy it because I actually like Eilish's, I guess, take on death. I know that sounds very weird, but she has a very, oh, it's gonna happen, okay, type of attitude towards it, and I really like her perspective of, ooh, you don't have to do this crap forever. I think that's a very comforting perspective, and that's why I find this song both sad and a little comforting. And my favorite lyrics are, I just wonder why you'd want to stay if everybody goes, you'd still be alone, which I think is a very interesting idea of living forever is kind of pointless if you don't have anyone to share it with. And of course, like, sometimes you get that feeling of one day all this will be gone, everything I've ever known, and then you start to realize, like, maybe it's a good thing I won't be there for that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like if you just picked up and moved to another universe, it would not be as fun as you think it sounds. It'd be very foreign and weird, and you'd feel very lonely. The next song is Your Power, and I described it as a song about people in positions of power taking advantage and abusing others. This perfectly describes situations of abuse that often go unpunished. Its honesty is very nice. I think Billie deserves more credit for releasing a song like this. And my favorite lyrics are, she was sleeping in your clothes, but now she's got to get to class, cause ew, disgusting. And I think we see this a lot in media, especially lately. We've been seeing it a lot just because it's getting called out more, of just these nasty power imbalances happening and these abusive relationships. The whole thing's weird, and I'm very happy that she released a song. It's a little triggering for me personally because I've gone through some experiences. Of course, that's like my issue. Like, if it triggers me, I turn it off. When it doesn't trigger me, I really enjoy the song, and I'm very happy that she released it because I think some people are scared to get really in depth with their commentary on these things versus like saying things like, oh, abusive relationships are bad. Ooh, power imbalances are bad. Ooh. No. Instead, she like goes in, she's just like, who? She was a minor and you didn't ask her age, so now you're just like, haha, I didn't know she was a minor when you didn't ask her age because you knew she was a minor. Call them out, sis. Call them out. I absolutely love this song. Moving on to NDA. NDA is about the negative sides to Billie's fame. This song has many different elements and it's my favorite production on the album. The lyrics are very detailed about what Billie dislikes about her life. My favorite lyrics are 30 under 30 for another year. I can barely go outside. I think I hate it here. I think those lyrics are my favorite because I always thought it'd be cool to be on the 30 under 30 list, because what an accomplishment to be that well known and that influential to be recognized. But she immediately follows it up with the I can barely go outside, I think I hate it here. So all the success has actually just harmed her in a way where she is trapped living a certain lifestyle that she doesn't want to. I think that's a really cool commentary. It's very honest too. It's like, oh, thank you, I'm famous, but it sucks. And obviously, like, she's not criticizing like just being famous, but she's criticizing the negative sides to fame and how you don't really see that. The production in this is very, very good. I really enjoy it. I think it's my favorite on the album. There's a lot going on, and I just really love listening to it. I think the music video is very cool, all the cars driving around her. The next song is Therefore I Am, a song about people trying to use Billie for attention and attempting to criticize her while she just ignores them. This song is really fun, and I find it to be the most catchy on the album. I really like it. This is definitely the one that is stuck in my head, especially out of all the singles. It's probably the one, well, maybe not the one I've listened to the most, but the one that got like stuck in my head so fast. Like, I was like, ooh, I'm not your friend or anything. Damn. I think Therefore I Am. Like, I was really vibing to this song, and I still am. And my favorite lyrics from the song are, I don't want the press to put your name next to mine. We're on different lines. Because, dang, it's like, you are only relevant when you bring up my name and when we are in the same conversation. Otherwise, you do not matter. You are not that cool. It's very just, I'm cool and you suck. And now we have the title song, Happier Than Ever. A song about Billie being happy without her ex. The song starts off with a soft sound, but switches to a much louder and angrier tone. And I wrote that it feels like a conversation that escalates when she remembers all the bad parts of the relationship. I love the yelling in the last 2 verses and outro. This is one of my favorite songs, and Billie's vocal performance is amazing on it. So it's very rare when my favorite song is the title song to an album. Usually I'm like, yeah, it's really good, but like I prefer this song more. Like Ariana Grande's Positions, my favorite song of that ended up being POV, even though I really liked Positions. POV was definitely my favorite from that album. Happier Than Ever being my favorite actually surprised me, especially since when I heard it in like, of course, all the teasers and I guess trailers or whatever for the album, they played the beginning part and I was just kind of like, oh, that's nice. But those last 2 verses in the outro are so amazing. I love them so much, and I really want her to do something more with that in like her next album. I know that's like too soon to be talking about that, but imagine a rock like kind of like punk sound from Billie. It would be so nice. Like, ooh, if she had an entire album just filled with this, it would probably be my favorite album. My favorite lyrics were, "You were my everything and all that you did was make me fucking sad." Ow. Ow, ow, ow. That's like really, everything revolves around this one person, but they're just a terrible person. And the production on the end of the song is very cool. I very much enjoyed it. And the last song on the album is Male Fantasy, a beautiful closing ballad with soft vocals paired with an acoustic guitar. Eilish reflects on a recent heartbreak. This song describes the feelings that linger even when someone was bad for you. While sad, I also find the song to be sweet. The innocent feeling of love overcoming the malice you should feel towards somebody is just a very odd feeling, but it's also just so sweet to feel that way. It's just so sweet and innocent to still feel love towards somebody even when they're a terrible person. The vocal performance on this is very beautiful, and I very much enjoyed the acoustic guitar. It probably was the first song that I got drawn to besides Happier Than Ever, which is funny because it's the last song. But on my first listen, usually I don't really like many songs on my first listen, and this was the first one that really intrigued me, besides of course the title track. I thought when I first heard this song that it would be amazing performed live, and then she did perform it live and it was amazing. It was so good. My favorite lyrics were, "I can't stand the dialogue, she would never be that satisfied, it's a male fantasy," and also, "I know I should, but I can never hate you." Isn't that so sad? And also, like, she talks about, how am I gonna put this? Lewd cinematography. I'm trying not to upset the YouTube god, also known as Ow, last name Gorhythm. But she mentions lewd cinematography, and it was very surprising. I know she's doing the whole woman thing, but like, I wasn't expecting it still. And I really like that she did. It's definitely one of my favorite songs just because the acoustic guitar is very light, very pretty. Her voice is so soft and so impressive on this. She gets so high up in her range. Her head voice is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And it's just so heartbreaking to hear this song. And I love that they put it as the closing, since a lot of the album is her talking about this relationship, and the end song is literally just like, I still love you, even though you kind of went on this journey of just her just talking about how bad this relationship was and how she's like over it. And in the end it shows, well, there's still feelings there. And then I created like a little rankings list on these songs. I could hardly rank them because I love so many of these songs. And I started to put together my favorites, and I was like, oh, let's not put a limit on it. Ended up being almost every song on the album. So I limited to the first 3 I thought of. It'll probably change. I also did favorite production and favorite lyrics. So for my favorite production, in order, it was NDA, Goldwing, I Didn't Change My Number, Oxytocin, and Happier Than Ever. I'm not like judging this based off of production difficulty. I'm talking more about like things I found interesting or intriguing to my ear. And my favorite lyrics, number 1 was Haley's Comet, number 2 was Your Power, and number 3 was My Future. And then my favorite songs, these are in order. So in 3rd place I put Oxytocin. Very different song from Billie. very fun. Definitely like a little like banger. I really would love to go to her concert and just have a little moment with that song. In my second spot, I put Male Fantasy. I just really love the song, the soft vocal performance, the beautiful guitar behind it. Just such a good song to end the album with. And my number one song for Happier Than Ever is Happier Than Ever, because it's just really good. It's really freaking catchy. I love the last two verses. That outro, amazing. I love how it gives you time to linger on that at the end. It's just like a little release. It feels like she got it out. Like she got that anger out. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for watching this video. It feels more like a podcast because I'm just talking about whatever I want to talk about. But I'm very tempted to keep doing things like this if this goes well. If you guys enjoyed this, just let me know. Give me more ideas of stuff to talk about. I've literally thought about so many things. I'll probably do a few more of these at least if people like them. And I hope you guys do. Please subscribe if you would like to. Leave a like, please. It would help me out. And comment down below what's your favorite song from Billie's new album. My camera's cutting me off. I hope you guys have a good day, good night, whatever. Bye!